Hey, I'm Avalon. Today I'm bringing you another tourney winner deck, and this time it's Kyle. And I'm very happy to show you Kyle's deck because he's a member of my clan, Kings of Kings. After the livestream, after the tournament, he shared 3 of his best battles from the tournament, and I'm gonna show them to you in this video. And he won the tournament with this deck. And in this very first battle here, he was going against Aimer the Hulk. You may remember Aimer, he won the tournament. I know, actually it's 7 or 8 times already. And when he didn't win, he was usually in the top 10. So he's an awesome player. You can tell he practiced a lot. And actually I made 2 videos in the series of tourney winner decks with Aimer already. So here, Kyle is facing Aimer the Hulk, and of course he knows Aimer. And Kyle going with a Hog Rider Inferno Tower Minion deck here. He uses the Minion to defend against that miner there, and now he drops his first Hog Rider push there. Also pushes the Hog Rider with those little Goblins, and the Hog Rider can do some hits at the tower. A nice first rush there by Kyle, and now the Mega Minion approaches the tower. You know, guys, the Mega Minion is really a strong troop, and it is air. So I'm, for example, always in trouble when there is a Mega Minion because I'm pretty bad against air decks at the moment, and especially if the Mega Minion is protected by a Lava Hound. That's what Aimer usually does. He drops the Lava Hound, and then the Lava Hound will be followed by the Mega Minion or here with by the Inferno Dragon. Kyle here splits his Barbarians to keep both lanes busy. That forces Aimer to split his minions from the Lava Hound, and he's forced to attack both sides. And the Inferno Tower going for the Lava Hound. He tries to lightning the Inferno Tower, but it doesn't really kill the Inferno Tower. And there are also the minions. That's how he defends against the Lava Pups. The arrow's a little bit too late, so he couldn't do that much damage, Aimer, in this battle here. And yeah, Kyle is laughing, Aimer is happy and surprised by that nice defense there. And also his Kellys there just basically keep that Archer Tower busy, not really a danger. And again, there is the Hog Rider push. Notice how he drops the Hog Rider and the Goblin. He does that in this exact way to push the Hog Rider to the tower. That means basically if there is a cannon or a building dropped to distract the Hog Rider, that will not work. The Goblins will push the Hog Rider for the tower. And again, the Lava Hound is countered with an Inferno Tower, but this time the lightning was enough to destroy the Inferno Towers. The arrows almost on time, but yeah, he could take him out. The miner a little bit late. The miner is part of Aimer's strategy. What he will always do, he will drop the Lava Hound, then let the Lava Hound be followed by a Mega Minion or an Inferno Dragon. And as soon as the Lava Hound explodes, he will drop the miner to do chip damage to the tower. And that usually does a lot of damage, but you can see it here. Kyle did a very nice counter there with the Hog Rider, and he got that tower down, and it's only 3 seconds to go. And yeah, this is GG for Kyle. And again, I'm gonna show you 3 battles against 3 different decks. So if you're facing Aimer and you want to beat him, this is probably the way to beat Aimer. Of course, you always need to be a bit lucky too, because you know Aimer doesn't win those tournaments just by luck. He also practiced a lot and he's playing it strong. So here in this next battle, Kyle is going against Rez. And again, it's another deck he's facing. This time a miner deck. There's also the log in there. I personally like to play the log. The log is awesome to destroy the princess, and it's always a slight elixir gain if you destroy the princess with the log. And it's kind of annoying for the opponent if you destroy the princess that easily. Kyle again does the split here on the Barbarians, keeping both lines busy. Really smart thing to do. Also drops nice speed. And there's the dirty 3 musketeers. I just call them dirty because they are really strong. But the fireball hits them, doesn't destroy them. But they took enough damage that the towers will take them out easily. And this is a huge elixir loss if you're able to counter the 3 musketeer with the fireball like it just did, because they are really expensive. And again, Kyle is saving up elixir for his next push. Also something you always have to keep in mind. Don't rush. Wait until your elixir is full, and then you're ready to push for an attack and also ready to defend. Again, he introduces his push with a Barbarian split attack. Barbarians keeping both lines busy. He's now ready to drop a nice Spirit first. And the Hog Rider. The Hog Rider going for the tower once again, doing one hit. And that's it, but that's enough. All it takes is one hit. And there are the next 3 Musketeers. And he's got the Fireball ready again. And he's gonna use the Fireball on the 2 Musketeers, not on the single Musketeer. Of course, he takes out the single Musketeer with his Goblins. Miner doing some slight damage there. But the Miner is dying soon, and yeah, you don't always have to react. Like you've seen here, Kyle basically was just waiting for the Miner to finish his job. The Miner was no danger. The Hog Rider push together with the Minions was way more dangerous, but was stopped here by Rizzi. And this is a good battle so far. There are 3 Musketeers again, but again, Kyle has the Fireball ready. And he's gonna Fireball the 2 Musketeers together with the tower. A small elixir win there. And took him out with a tap as well. And only 1 Musketeer survives. And there's the next Hog Rider push again. He does it with the Ice Spirit, the Goblins and the Hog. He can get only 1 hit. And takes out the Miner on the other line with the Minions. So the Minions here in this deck really important for defense. He usually uses the Minions to take out his opponent attacks. And Rizzi again with the 3 Musketeers. We're gonna see the same thing here with the Fireball. Dang! There they go. And that they are. And yeah, the 3 Goblins will give him the rest like before. He always will use the 3 Goblins to defend. And there's the next push with the Hog Rider and Minion. And yeah, the log is useless against the Minions, of course, but he was able to take out the Hog Rider. So this is a tough battle here, and we're already in overtime. And again, he drops a Miner. Rizzi drops a Miner, trying to do chip damage. This time, Kyle has to use the Barbarians for defense. Now, those Barbarians really low on health. They are approaching the tower, but they are low on health, so you don't actually have to defend them. The Hog Rider push again with the Minions this time. The Hog Rider can do 1 hit at the tower, but the Minions really, they're doing the damage this time. And this time the Minion push was successful, taking out that tower quickly. When those Minions get to the tower just once, they do so much damage. Won the battle for Kyle. So I guess you can now see how to play this deck. Let's go into the 3rd battle, and then you should really get some knowledge on how to play this deck here that Kyle is playing. And notice that Kyle is not having any legendaries, so it's proof that you're able to win a tournament by not using legendary cards. In this battle here, he's going against Tuna. Again, it's another deck. This one contains an Ice Wizard and a single Musketeer. Also Fireball and Log and Tap. So a lot of defensive cards there. And a Hog Rider as well. So it's as well a Hog Rider deck. And there is the first strong push with a Hog Rider and the Prince and the Knight. Going for that Inferno Tower, but the Inferno Tower takes out both of them. Probably he should have brought a Zap or should have used the Zap as well. Kyle is trying to attack the tower there with his Hog, but that Hog was bacon very fast. Not a chance to get any hit at that tower. Both of them still at full health. Again, he uses Minions for defense. And it would be nice now if he had the Hog Rider, but he didn't. And Tuna used the Fireball to defend against the Minions. Which is a kind of a nice elixir trade. Now both of them tanking elixir. They're about at the same elixir. And yeah, this is always a very difficult moment. I know, I'm guilty of it. I'm pushing when my elixir isn't full. Because I just keep pushing and I forget sometimes to wait for the elixir to fill up. But that's really bad practice. You should really, like both of those guys are doing it, wait for your elixir to be full. Because then you are ready to push and you're ready to defend the counter push. And there is a nice Hog Rider Ice Spirit push. He defends with the Log and that really puts the Hog Rider away from the tower for a little time. And the Hog Rider could only get 1 little hit at the tower. In the meantime, Kyle also has to defend that Knight, and Tuna is making a Hog Rider push there. The Fireball was a little bit too early, but Tuna actually knew that Kyle would defend with the Barbarians. He tried to fireball the Barbarians, but he was a little bit too early with that fireball, and there is already the next push. And you can see how the log really defends well against the Hog Rider here. Basically, the Goblins and the Ice Spirit get destroyed by the Hog Rider. And I think Kyle should consider switching to the Hog Rider minion push here as well, if he's able to. But of course, you need the right card rotation to be able to change that attack. Again, he does a Hog Rider Goblin push, and yeah, all of them got killed by the log. The same defense again. But also Tuna, he can't really do anything there. That Inferno Tower always burning down his attack. The Musketeer burned down, the Knight burned down, the Ice Wizard doesn't get a chance, and now it's even 2 Inferno Towers, and the Fireball destroys only one of them. There's the next Hog Rider. Again, that Hog Rider can't get any single hit at Tuna's tower. So, Tuna really doing a good job here in defense. And now Tuna tries to push with his own Hog Rider, but there's the Inferno Tower already, and also the Barbarians for defense. So far, this game here is going into a draw, but we know it's not gonna happen. The first time any one of those two players makes a mistake, it will be over. That can be very quick. And there is the Fireball taking out all the troops. The log taking out the attack except for the Hog Rider. And the Hog Rider gets some hits at the tower. The Knight will be burned. Or not. No, it's not reached by the Inferno Tower. The Knight is not burned. And there's the next Hog Rider push. And yeah, this time the log isn't ready. And the Hog Rider gets 2 hits. That tower is now really low on health. And Tuna tries to attack, and he uses the log for the attack. And I think that is a mistake. Because trying to push, and yeah, there's the Fireball. And Kyle is able to end this game with the Fireball. And Kyle is the tournament winner with this deck. So I'm pretty sure if you don't have any legendaries, the way he played Kyle and this deck is something you want to try out in tournaments. It's definitely not easy. It definitely needs a lot of practice, but most of those decks need practice. And yeah, congrats Kyle for winning the tournament. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and comment the video, and for more awesome videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks, and have a great day.